Uh, yes, is my screen is visible to everyone? Hello.
No, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now it is
Yes,
okay.
sir.
So, what we are going to do that in a last lecture, I think I have give you the idea on serial communication. There is one RAR file is there. There is one Arduino virtual software is there in which you need to do the exercise. Such type of the stuff might be we have discussed in the last lecture. So what we are going to do that it's going to be probably a last experiment of the DCN, and then after whatever the new exercise, if it is pending, so that we are going to discuss. Otherwise, we will think on that what the other stuff that we can do. Okay. So what is the thing that I'm going to give you over here? That there is a little bit amount of the stuff which is related to the Bluetooth technology, and what is a Bluetooth technology, how you can connect that. So those who are opt for the hardware project, or those who are just in future want to kind of the get idea about their Bluetooth based technology, and if they want to connect their system, their software, their Android devices with the Bluetooth, so how that particular stuff is going to be work. Or we can say whenever you are doing actual connection with your system, with your Android device through any Bluetooth based device. So what are the basic stuff which is you need to take care, and such type of the project also how you can develop. So such type of the glimpses you can get it in from this particular experiment. So what is the stuff that I'm expecting from you after the 1 hour of this particular presentation? That you need to write down on the Bluetooth technology, and what are the available devices are there. That each and every question I will write in a chat box after completion of this presentation. That what are the different type of the Bluetooth kind of the hardware available, or we can say that specific chips are available in the internet, and what are the different type of the Bluetooth connection that you can do, okay, with the different controller or using a different board. So you need to just write down the summary on that. You need to write down on the Bluetooth that what is a Bluetooth technology, where it is going to be used, what are the specification, their advantages, disadvantages, and what are the that limitation that still need to overcome, what are the future scope in Bluetooth technology, what is current Bluetooth technology. So such type of the question I will give it to you after completing of this presentation, and then you need to write down the answer on the next a couple of 45 minutes or 1 hour. Okay. So let me will start with that. What is a Bluetooth name and how it will came? We will start with a little bit of history. That name Bluetooth was named after the 10th century Viking king in Denmark, Harald Bluetooth. Okay, who is united controlled Denmark and Norway. Okay, and this name was adopted because Bluetooth wireless technology is expected to unify the telecommunication and computing industries. Okay, so that Bluetooth, that particular that name is come from the one of the king. That might be a surprising, but yes, it is true. Which is a kind of the united, kind of the he's a king to united control Denmark and Norway, and that's why that Bluetooth wireless technology name to communicate a telecommunication technology and computing industries to expect to unify or to combine a kind of the several technology which is going to be situated, or we can say that different hardwares, you can say, like there are lots of electronics gadgets are there, like we can say printer are there, your mobile phone are there, other standalone device are there, there are another embedded devices are going to be there, which is work uh, its own kind of the controller or its own performance criteria, or it's an own code, I can say. So how you can connect those device, okay, with one standard kind of the technology that you can access through any particular kind of the smart devices like tablet or mobile or computer or laptop, etc. Okay. So you can say the stuff like that. If you will go with that, what is the potential of this particular technology, we can say. Like I will give you the just a simple example that recently I have bought a printer of the HP, and that printer is costing me around 10,000 or 11,000 rupees. If I'll go, like same printer is there, but if that printer is going with some of the two extra functionality, like if it is a wireless device, okay, So if there is a wireless device, then whatever the cost of that particular device is there, which is going to be increase around 25 to 30% if it is moved from wired to wireless device. Okay, if you can compare the lots of such type of the printer are there, which is with the wire technology, it is available. Let's take 10,000, 11,000. But if it is a wireless technology, it's connected with the Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, which is costing around a 25% more than that. It's 16 to 17,000 rupees are there for the same type of the device. But technology is one added, which is a Bluetooth. And what is the advantages of such type of the technology, that you can access it from the remote, or we can say without connecting any wire, you can access it in kind of the any place, okay, which is nearby that area. So that is a very much kind of the motivating stuff behind the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and all type of stuff. Right now, we are very used to use this particular devices as the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, because in day-to-day life we are using such type of the kind of the devices and that enable gadgets with us. So it is not that much of the kind of the curiosity is going to be there in that particular technology. But imagine such type of the era where you can say only the wired communication is there, telephone is there. You cannot share the data transfer. To transfer the data, you need to connect the cable, you need to carry a bulky hard disk, you need to carry a kind of the bulky devices, lots of wires, lots of cables are there. And once that particular technology will came and it will tell you that there are two devices are there which is going to be separate out having no cable, and still you can transfer the data. Okay, so that's going to be very amazing thing at that time. Right now we are not having that much of the habitude yet with that, because we already with us. But imagine that when it will came first, what are the curiosity in the people, how people are getting motivated through that. Likewise, you are motivating recently about machine learning, robotics, artificial intelligence, Siri, that all type of the new gadgets which will just motivate you. But it's Bluetooth that already we are using, and lots of people are, so it's not going to be that much of the interesting among the students. But actually at the era, it's a very much interesting. I remember that at the time when my father has bought one pager. I think most of you has doesn't know about the pager. Let me discuss with that when in over here is chat box. So how many students are there? uh, yes, have you anybody seen heard the name as a pager? You heard that pager? Open your mic and tell me. Okay, it's a simple discussion kind of the forum. Is there? No, you don't. You have not heard about the pager. Okay, okay. So pager is one type of the device that I have seen those devices, and I have used that also. Like there is a two era is going to be there. Let me tell you the little bit of interesting story behind that. Like two stuff is going to become parallel in the kind of the market. First is a pager, and second is a mobile device. Okay, you can imagine that mobile, very costly mobile at that time. That mobile is going to be kind of the weighted around half kilogram or 1 kilo, like you are carry one brick in your hand. Such type of the big mobiles at that time is there. And incoming is also 5 to 6 rupees, outgoing also going to be 7 to 10 rupees. 1 minute it will cost you a 6 to 7 rupees. And at that time the people are using that wired phone, like there is a PCO is there, there is one red color phone is there. You need to insert a 1 rupees coin and you can communicate. And those who have newly kind of the engaged, those person are standing near to that PCO telephone, and they are having kind of the 20 to 30 rupees coin are there. So he or she can communicate with their fiance up to 20 to 30 minutes. So such type of the era is there at that time. Wireless device like mobile, it's kind of the dream. Like who own the mobile, who is a very rich person is there. Okay, just after that, in the similar type of the market, when mobile came, it is very costly at the time. Okay, so everybody cannot afford that. But one of the affordable device at that time was a pager. Let me show you. Yes, this is a pager. Such type of the pager it will came. And in the pager, what you can do, you can send the message. Okay, you need to go to one particular center, to one PCO, and you can send the message like this is a stop, like please call me. and if such message will came, so that pager is get vibrated, and it's going to be just situated in your pocket, or we can in your kind of the pocket, or whenever you have just like people are just showing the swag like I am having a pager and such type of the small type of the watch type of the, or we can say such LED type of the device is there. So whenever this communication or that message came, it is going to vibrate, and in that vibrate it will get the idea that I want to call you, or I want to message with you, or I want to message you, or I want to talk with you. So once you will get this message, or whatever the time and whatever the stuff you can feed over there, at that time both party will be ready at the telephone booth. लाइक वो पहले से शेयर करते थे कि भाई मैं मुझे अगर फोन करना है तो ये नंबर पे करिएगा, ठीक है. सो यू विल सेंड द मैसेज कि भाई ये नंबर से मैसेज आ रहा है, दिस पर्सन वांट टू कम्युनिकेट यू. सो वो पर्सन वहां पे पीसीओ पे खड़ा रहता था, ये बंदा पेजर वाला एक पीसीओ पे जाता था. After going that, like that person who is on the pager, this person go to PCO, and at the PCO he will dial that number, and then the PCO call is going to be happen, and regular voice communication is there. This is the first time I have seen the pager. Like ऐसा होता, मेरे पापा के पास एक पेजर था, तो जब भी कोई साइट के ऊपर से फोन आता तो इधर पेजर वाइब्रेट होता था. So my father will run to nearby BCO and communicate that what happened and all stuff. So this is a era at that time that doing the communication also within wired or wireless, owing the pager, it's kind of the very prestigious thing at the time. And after that, similar to that, pager is become booming nearby in particular future. Okay, it's look like pager आगे बढ़ेगा और ये बहुत सारे लोग on करेंगे. But in the same time, what are the stuff we have? Like in the same time, that mobile, that Nokia and other companies are came with a very tiny device mobile. Nobody, it's a very bulky also at the time. You can imagine that Nokia 3315, Nokia 3310. At that time also that mobile is coming to the market with a 3,000, 5,000, 8,000 rupees. And at that time, that 8,000 rupees mobile phone is that we can say up to this particular matter. Right now you are taking a phone of 50 to 60,000. At that time it will look like a 5 to 6,000 phone. That much of the value is there. So people are owing the phone, but not that much of the people. Okay, those who can afford, like that call rate is going to be degraded, and the booming of the communication is going to be started when government of India and that entire mobile company declare that only outgoing charge is there, incoming is free. Okay, incoming is free, it means now there is only one sided. Who will call, they need to pay charge, other person can talk freely. So with that particular announcement, there is a boom in a mobile market, and lots of people. Like one time, let's purchase one phone. It's a 3315, and one person only need to recharge, other person need to give a missed call. So from the one particular person, entire home, and that everybody will own the mobile. And I remember that in the Rajkot there is a Pujara Telecom is there, and there is a very small shop at that time. Now there is an entire complex is owned by the Pujara from this telephone kind of the selling business only. But at that time, what if you have phone? It's something great thing that you are owing. Okay, so after that, okay, nobody has before that particular technology, nobody has kind of the imagine that such type of the wireless technology also going to become, and that's about the 1G telephone. Right now we have 4G, so there is a 1G telephone. After that, that's Bluetooth features and all stuff is going to be appear, and more smarter devices going to become to the market. Okay, I think that's a little bit of history. It's a little bit of boring, but that's who we started the Bluetooth. We can start with that. So Bluetooth is started with Bluetooth Special Interest Group (SIG), which is found in 1998. There might be some of you have born at the time. It's 1998. Then by Ericsson, Intel, IBM, Nokia, and Toshiba. So these are the entire allies. We can say aliens. This alliance is there, forming to 5 to 6 company who has started to develop one technology which is named as a Bluetooth. Okay, and now more than a 2,000 organization is joined, or it is joined the SIG group nowadays. So we can say initially there is a 5 company has started that how our phone or how our device can connect with the such type of the technology, that technology can connect the other device which is not required the any permanent connection to data transfer. So this is a main aim of this Bluetooth technology it have. Now, what is a Bluetooth? Bluetooth is an open standard for short-range digital radio interconnection. Variety of device, cell phone, PDA, notebooks, computer modems, cordless phone, pagers, laptops, printers, cameras, single chip, and it's going to be developed by the single chip, low-cost, radio-based wireless network technology. Okay, so by coming to the Bluetooth, you don't require the connection to communicate with the two devices. So it's going to be famous in kind of the various devices. So the Bluetooth, which is a simple, if you can go quickly on that, so simply communicates between device and the internet, and for the data synchronization, you can also say like that. It's operates on the license of ISM band of 2.4 gigahertz. It uses a frequency hopping spread spectrum (FHSS). It's omnidirectional, no required line of sight. So we can say that whatever the signal generating from that omnidirectional, it means it will generate their waves in all the direction. Okay, like if you have put Bluetooth in your center, and if you can go to any kind of the radius, or you can around that entire radius, it can emit the electromagnetic wave that you can receive, and you can get the data out of that. Okay, so we can say it's omnidirectional, no required line of sight communication. Bluetooth offers a data speeds up to 1 mbps, and it goes up to the 10 meter. That's a little bit about the we can say old age Bluetooth. Also right now that Bluetooth data transfer rate is also going to be a very increase nowadays. So for the short range wireless radio technology, it's unlike IRDA, we can say infrared devices. Bluetooth supports the LAN like the mode where the multiple device can interact with each other. So we can say it's simultaneously you can connect the many devices using the Bluetooth. Key limitations of the Bluetooth are security and interference with the wireless LAN. Okay, so it's one-time password protected is there, but by owing some type of the kind of the code, you can also identify their kind of the encryption and all stuff. So you can say that security and interference with the wireless LAN, which is going to be limited. We can say even Bluetooth you cannot connect with the Wi-Fi. Okay, or to create a kind of the internet access to Bluetooth, which will give you a very low speed type of the communication, because itself Bluetooth communicate with some of the Mbps, so it can now go beyond the some of the higher speed of the communication. Okay, so that's the main limitation. It's a short range wireless radio technology. It is working on that. That Bluetooth is a PAN technology. It's a personal area network technology. Offers a fast, reliable transmission for both voice and data, and supports either asynchronous data channel with up to 3 simultaneous synchronous speed channels, or one channel that transfer asynchronous data, synchronous speed simultaneously. So I think you have aware with that this asynchronous and synchronous. Can anybody tell me what is difference between asynchronous and synchronous? It's like the class, all these students are going to silent over here. Just I need to speak. Anybody tell me what is the difference between asynchronous and synchronous? Hello. તમે સર કહી દો ને અમારે હવે શું બોલવું હવે આમાં. Is it like that? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can anybody tell me what is asynchronous and synchronous transmission? What is the difference between them? Okay, nobody is giving the answer. Let me give you. Whenever I'll ask the question, I don't know that what has happened with the students. Is this subject is not interesting for you? Like, what do you think in your kind of the term? Like, are only a coder or programmer, successful coder or programmer, not willing to do the any type of the participation in communication based subject? Hello. Please open on the mic. Mukund, what do
Yes,
you
sir.
think? I'm not just give you the any type of like બીજું કઈ મારે નથી એવું ડિસ્કસ બટ શું લાગે છે તમને લાઈક if the programming subjects are there or if some type of the subjects are there which is related to the computer engineer you will give a more efforts and then other subject is going to be just as it is man. Asynchronous synchronous આટલી વારમાં લોકોએ હું તો જોતો નથી તમે શેમાંથી સર્ચ કરો છો I'm not seeing your screen. So if you want to willing to give the answer, you search from the internet. What is difference between asynchronous and synchronous, and you can give me the answer. That is also there. હું ખુશ તો થાત કે ચાલો પાર્ટિસિપેટ તો કરે છે ભલે જ્યાંથી ઇન્ફોર્મેશન લીધી. And I know that whatever the stuff that you are, most of the people are typing during the chat box. Okay, જ્યારે આપણે chat જ્યારે communicate કરીએ કે revision આખું લખો તમે શું સમજ્યા. At that time, I know that most of the students are copy and pasting from the internet. But for that particular time, they have searched something about the topic and it will help you like મેં આ સર્ચ કરેલું હતું મને ખ્યાલ છે that this is working like this. That's why we are doing this exercise. Leave it. Okay, so what is the difference between asynchronous and synchronous communication? Like in a synchronous communication you can say you require a dedicated clock with both of the side. Okay, transmission side, reception side, you require a dedicated clock. So you can say like that whenever you are having a dedicated clock, so what you can do with that, like that clock is going to be working same in the both of the side, and due to its working going same with the both of the side, so both transmission and reception had the idea that this is a clock I need to follow, and receiver also need a same clock to follow during the transmission exchange or data exchange. While in a asynchronous communication, what are the stuff we have? Like in asynchronous communication, that data is going to be transmitted with respect to one particular clock, but such type of the dedicated clock is not going to be allocated in both of the side. So whatever the timing information, data rate information, frequency information, all this stuff going to be sent along with the transmission. Okay, so it will send the data that this is a frequency, this is a code, kind of the data rate is there, and that data rate you need to follow. Okay, so for that dedicated clock is not going to be given for that particular stuff. Okay, so this is a basic difference between a communication which is going to be established in a asynchronous and synchronous. So Bluetooth is going to be work on the both of the type of the stuff, either it's going to be asynchronous or it's going to be synchronous type of the data. It support both packet and circuit switching, and now you know the difference between them, like what is packet switching, what is circuit switching. So it is working on both of them, packet switching and circuit switching. So it's a personal area network. Bluetooth is standard that will eliminate the wires and cable, facilitate both data and voice communication. It's offer the possibility of ad hoc network creation. That's the all the stuff that we are discussing since a long. So we can say this is a range where the Bluetooth works. So in entire radio frequency, it's ISM band that we have already discussed several times. It is going to be work on industrial, scientific, medical band, which is near about this one at the 2.4 gigahertz frequency. Just after the that TV band is there near to the 1 gigahertz, but just after the 2.4 gigahertz, that Bluetooth is going to be work. Now, what are the stuff we have? Like Bluetooth is going to be work on the frequency hopping, and we can say frequency hopping spread spectrum. You can say like that. But how the stuff is going to be work in a frequency hopping, you can say like that. When we are using a frequency hopping to kind of the avoid the interference between two particular devices or avoiding that kind of the external person who can access your particular data. So what we are doing that how that Bluetooth, wireless, Piconet, and frequency hopping going to be work. So frequency hopping is happen. You can see frequency hopping is happen 600 times in a second. You can say that much of the faster that frequency going to be changed in the entire ISM band of 2.402 to 2.48 gigahertz. Okay, so you can say with this particular range, okay, that entire frequency going to be hop 1600 times in a second. So what is the overall range is there like 2.402 minus 2.48. So if we can take a calculator, we can get the better idea. 2.8 minus, you can see 2.402. So there are a 0.398 gigahertz frequencies there. If you can multiply with the 1000, so we can say it's a 398 megahertz frequency going to be there, which is going to be hope 1600 time in second. So we can say whatever the frequency band is there, which is going to be hopping, if you can divide entire band with this one, so we can say every 24 kilohertz of the small band are there. Or we can say whatever the band is allocated for the frequency hopping, like initially let's say Bluetooth is working on this particular band, but Bluetooth is going to be dedicated for this one, only for this particular stuff. So in that one it is going to be fluctuating in such a manner that, and at the another side also there is a decoder is also going to be there, which is not going to be same for everyone. Like I can say if one Bluetooth is connected with my mobile, so it is having the ID, like this name of this Bluetooth is this one, their encryption, their all this stuff is available. Now that Bluetooth is going to be send the data to anywhere, but if I am connected with that Bluetooth, so I can get that data. Okay, and I am sharing that frequency hopping, like which frequency hopping it will use. So same stuff is going to be frequency hopping pseudo random number happening in my mobile also. So from that same device I can continuously receiving the data. Okay, so we can say like if there is a ISM device is there, which is you can say consider which is from any particular mobile, or Bluetooth devices there, which is also coming from that different devices, like from any router or from any computer, but both of them it's not going to be interfere with each other. Why? Because it's hopping continuously, it's not a continuous signal, you can say. अगर मैं ऐसा कहूँ कि like if you are having a 98.3 megahertz which is generating from radio, now same 98.3 megahertz if you are generating from one particular area, तो क्या होगा कि whenever there is a third receiver is there, like right now 198.3 megahertz you are receiving from radio station only, and one you are receiving from another device only, so it's get jam and not it's create interference, and that receiver cannot detect the proper signal, like what I need to decode from that. So that we can say jamming or interference is there, but due to this hopping frequency changing continuously, so that jamming or we can say that interference is going to be avoided with that. Now let's take there is a Bluetooth architecture, there are one video is there, so let everybody will see the video over here. The Intel P Pro platform is built for business. More PC means ability.
So friends, in today's video, we are going to see the architecture of Bluetooth technology. So Bluetooth defines two types of network, Piconet and Scatternet. First, we are going to see Piconets. A Bluetooth network is a Piconet or a small net. A Piconet can have up to 8 stations, one of which is called as primary. The rest are called as secondaries. All the secondary stations synchronize their clocks and hopping sequence with the primary. Note that a Piconet can have only one primary station. The communication between the primary and secondary can be one-to-one or one-to-many. In the following Piconet diagram, you can see that there is one primary station and all other are secondary stations. So the primary station acts as master and all other stations act as slaves. Although a Piconet have a maximum of 7 secondaries, an additional 8 secondaries can be in the park state. A secondary in a park state is synchronized with the primary, but cannot take part in communication until it is moved from the park state. Because only 8 stations can be active in Piconet, activating a station from park state means the active station must go to the park state. Now we are going to see Scatternet. In Scatternet, primary station of one Piconet acts as secondary station of another Piconet. Here you can see that this station acts as primary in the first Piconet and then it acts as secondary in the second Piconet. Means the slave of one Piconet acts as master of another Piconet. Piconets can be combined to form what is called as Scatternet. A secondary station in one Piconet can be the primary in another Piconet. This station can receive messages from the primary in the first Piconet and acting as a primary deliver them to the secondaries in second Piconet. A station can be member of two Piconets.
So this is a very quick explanation video will tell that, like whenever we are talking about the Bluetooth, so Bluetooth is having kind of the master and slave type of the structure we have. So there is a primary signal is there, or kind of the secondary signal is there, and we can say one device is going to be connected with the two different masters. So we can say there is a Piconet and primary net is going to be allocated like this one, and from the both of them it can get the device, or we can say that for one it's become as a master, for another it's become as a slave. So likewise, like you can say, if I'm getting an internet from your Bluetooth connectivity, then that internet I can share with the other. So we can say that at that time I become a master and that third person become the slave, but I am actually going to be slave for the first particular device. So likewise, this stuff is going to be happen in kind of the Bluetooth architecture, and it's creating a hierarchy like this one. So what are the stuff is going to be there, that if we can go with the flow diagram. So whenever we can say master and slave, it's a standby, and after that it's inquiry, that ID packet broadcast. And over here still it's going to be a standby, and then it's an inquiry, that inquiry scan, which will give the idea that now we want to start communicating with that. Then after the inquiry response, it will give you the packet like FHS packet. Okay, like which type of the hopping and sequence that we are going to do. According to that, it will give a response, then the slave response, again fh packet, then id packet likewise. So this entire connection is going to be take place. Before that, entire scan is going to be happen, like inquiry share the packet, paging id, again it will share their id, then fhs packet. Once that packet and all stuff is going to be shared, like I want to communicate with you with this frequency hopping packet. So he will give me the idea that okay, I'm ready with that, and this is my ID. After sharing the initial information that in which particular kind of the sequence that we are going to send the message, actual connection is going to be exchanged, and all the message is going to be transferred. So initially setup phase, it will first exchanging, like in which manner, which frequency hopping manner that we are going to share the information. After confirming from both of the side, it will start connecting. So whenever you are connecting with the Bluetooth, so it will take a little bit of time. That after that you can start the message. So that particular waiting period is nothing but it will send this particular data, and exchanging that information whether it is available to communicate with you or not. After that, all the data, music, file, all stuff going to be exchanged between them. So connection establishment stage is going to be standby, which is a stage at Bluetooth device is inactive, radio is not switch on, enable the low power operation. Now, what is a low power operation? Like if Bluetooth is not going to be used, it will jump to the low power kind of the medium, or we can say low power stage, to consume the, or we can say to save the energy, whatever the required. If it is go to low power mode, standby mode, we can say it's a low power state is there. Then is a page which is going to be, you can say, master enter to the page state and start transmitting a paging message to slave using earlier gain access and code and timing information. So it is having a data like what is a message is there, what is a slave using earlier message if it is code, or what is a timing information and all stuff for the synchronous communication, you can say. Page scan, that device periodically enter the page state to allow a paging device to establish the connection. Okay, now I want to establish the connection, which type of the device it have, or that device is also having kind of the information. Like whenever you want to connect your headphone, you can automatically get that there are one symbol is going to become in your laptop, which is a headphone. So how your system will get that whatever the device connected with you, which is a headphone, because it is having such type of the identity that I'm just taking your information, but I am working as this music device. Okay, other type of the stuff like it's connected with the mobile, connected with the other device. So such type of the symbol going to be appear. How it will get the information that this Bluetooth connection is related to that symbol. So that all stuff is going to be happen behind this page scan and all stuff. Inquiry, which is state in which device tries to discover all the Bluetooth enabled device in the close kind of the area. Then inquiry scan, most of the device periodically enter the inquiry state to make themselves available and inquiring device. So whenever you just start inquiring that, scanning the nearby Bluetooth, so it will scan like along with that particular Bluetooth, which type of the device is available with me. Now for that, one thing is essential, like whatever the transmitting device, whatever the receiving device, both having a Bluetooth on in their system. If it is not, then connection not going to be established. So you can say whenever there is a scanning is going to be happen, so whatever the nearby Bluetooth are there, all are coming to your system. Like ये सब डिवाइस अवेलेबल है, आपको किस पे कनेक्ट करना है, आप बोले कि इस पे, you if you click after that, then it will start sharing the page and all type of stuff. Now to connect the Bluetooth, there are a simple, just a second. Okay, so this is a Bluetooth module we can say, which normally used to create any type of the kind of the connection between two hardware, which is actually HC05, HC06 device is going to be there. That normally you can connect with the any hardware, any Arduino or any particular controller. So it is having a several kind of the pins are there: state, receiver, transmitter, ground, VCC, enable. There are some reset button are there. There are some blinking LEDs are there, which will give you the information like whether Bluetooth is connected or not. So what are the different pin name are there? You can see from this one, like from the different pin number, you can say like if pin number 1, which is an enable key, that pin used to toggle between data mode set a low and AT command mode set a high. We can say what is the key, like right now you are sharing the data or you are just sharing the initial transmission or initial information. For that, pin number 1 is going to be there. VCC obviously to connect with the 5-volt supply, ground to connect with the ground, TX it means transmit a signal data, that everything received via Bluetooth will be given at that pin. So whatever the data you want to send to the Bluetooth, that is going to be accepted by we can say whatever the transmitted serial data, or we can say whatever the data will be Bluetooth which is given out by the serial which is coming from this particular data. You can say transmitter and receiver. It means what Bluetooth transmit, what receiver accept. Okay, similar type of the stuff, like whenever the RX receiver, it means it's receiver serial data. And state, you can say the state pin is connected to a onboard LED. It can use to feedback to check if Bluetooth is working properly or not. LED, it's going to be blink. If blink once in a 2 second, it means Bluetooth module has entered into the command mode. Repeated blinking, it's waiting for connection, like it is waiting for that somebody is going to be connect this particular device. There is a repeating blinking. Blink twice in 1 second, it means now this Bluetooth already connected with some device and they are exchanging the information. Button is used to control the key, enable the pin, toggle between data and command mode. This button is going to be used for that purpose. So what are the specification is there? So the default name HC05, default password, like whenever you are going to purchase such type of the small device, it's costing around 350 rupees. So its default password either 40 or 1234. Default communication is a slave. It's not master, you can say it's a slave. It can connect with the already predefined devices on mobile or laptop, you can say. Default mode, which is going to be data mode, it will accept the data or it will send something. It's not going to be give you the process like that from connecting this device you can start accessing the internet. No, it's just taking information from the available device. So we can say there is a data mode is going to be there. Baud rate, it's a 9600, an 8 channel, and there are a different kind of the numbers is there. Common baud rate, it's a 38400. Default firmware, it's lean war. So we can say what are the specific technical specification. It's serial Bluetooth, can be for connected to Arduino and other microcontroller. Operating voltage 4 to 6, typically 5. Current going to be just a 30 milliampere, range less than 100 meters. Work with the serial communication UART. Okay, that UART we have discussed in the last lecture. So with the serial communication, okay, in kind of the asynchronous mode, it's going to be work. Let's follow IEEE 802.15a standardized protocol. Work on FHSS, can be work as a master slave, but most of the time can be operated as a slave. Easily interface with mobile phone, laptop, and other Bluetooth devices. Support baud rate starting from 9600 to 460800. Now, where we are going to use this HC05, it's very cool module which can be add a two-way communication to your project. Okay, whatever the hardware project, that HC05 Bluetooth is going to be common devices for everybody. You can use this module to communicate between two microcontroller, Arduino, or communicate with Bluetooth to phone or laptop. There are many Android applications that already developed to make this process a lot easier. It will use a UART 9600 baud rate to easy to interface with the microcontroller. And if you're looking for wireless module that could transfer the data from your computer to or mobile phone to controller or vice versa, then that module is going to be right choice for everyone. Like, however, you cannot expect this module to transfer the file like photos, songs, and multimedia. It's just for sharing a basic information. Like आपने कोई temperature sense किया है यहाँ पे. Just for example, at any location, if you want to sense the temperature, let's take at the top, or we can say roof of your particular home. If you want to sense the temperature, then you need to put the temperature sensor over there. You need to connect those temperature sensor with one small microcontroller over there, and then you need to connect those device. You need to connect those entire circuit with a Bluetooth. And what you need to do, you need to connect that Bluetooth. You need to connect that Bluetooth with your mobile phone. Okay, and there are some applications, some coding you need to do over there in your Android, and you can access that what is the right now temperature of my roof. You can directly see it from your mobile phone. So it's required some amount of the microcontroller that you can connect with them, and then it's going to be connected with any type of the we can say in any type of the mobile phone and device. Okay, so let me go with one very interesting project, if you can get the idea, because engineering students are always want to identify some of the project. Lock system doors. Let me show you one product video. Keyless door. Uh, yes, you can see this one also. So it this one. Okay. Yes, it's fixed keyless entry to your home.
Do you want to learn how to hack into systems as an ethical hacker? Check this. I've used What if you had the power to be able to lock or unlock your front door from anywhere in the world just using your smartphone? Well, there's a wave of internet-connected smart locks that promise to do exactly that, but a lot of them are total replacements for your existing deadbolt. I'm going to show you one that's designed to fit over your existing lock. It's called Lockatron. It's coming out this summer for $179, and it's one of the only smart lock options out there that's great for renters, since it's not going to damage or replace your existing lock. Now,
let me show you that some of the stuff. Lockatron.
This is Lockatron. It fits over your current deadbolt and lets you lock or unlock your door from your phone.
Just swipe. Such type of the device you can application you can create. Okay, easily. Just
you can share access to your door.
You can access this. Anywhere. It's connected with the internet also, and there is some Bluetooth technology also going to be there.
Last year, we released the world's first commercially available internet-connected door lock that worked with any phone. News outlets like the New York Times, Popular Science, and Reader's Digest raved about Lockatron. Since then, we've been hard at work to make a newer, smarter version of Lockatron. The new Lockatron isn't a door lock. It installs on the inside of the door, so renters can use it too. You can now Airbnb your place when you're out of town. Lockatron lets your guests in for you. You can easily extend their stay and make sure the door is locked on their way out. Lockatron will send you a message when someone unlocks the door, even if they use a key. If you run, you don't need to take a key with you. Lockatron works with any phone on the market. It will even work with text messages. Lockatron is the perfect solution for co-working spaces. No more keys to manage, simply grant or revoke access at a moment's notice. Lockatron will even send you a notification when someone is at the door, thanks to a built-in knock sensor. Installation is incredibly simple. Loosen your deadbolt using the included Phillips head screwdriver. Slide the back plate between your door and the lock. Tighten and secure Lockatron to your door by twisting the knob. Lockatron comes in several colors and finishes, including obsidian black, bondi blue, and quicksilver. Lockatron uses the same cryptographic protocols found in online banks. Unlike with regular keys, if you misplace your phone, you can remotely disable your account by changing the password. Lockatron runs on 4 AA batteries that last for 1 year and will send a message to you when they run low. Lockatron has built-in Wi-Fi and an Arduino-compatible Mega microcontroller. This means that you can customize Lockatron in some pretty cool ways. And there's one more thing we're incredibly excited to show you.
Just run
Lockatron
near
lets you
to.
unlock the door simply by walking up to it. Thanks to Bluetooth 4, Lockatron finally brings keyless entry to your home. We've invested a lot of time and energy into making what we think is a pretty radical product. We'd like to make at least 1,000 Lockatrons for the first production. Help us bring Lockatron to your...
Yes, so this is a device like it uses Bluetooth technology 4.0 to do this particular stuff. Like you just walk near to them, and according to the signal strength, how it is going to be work, like whatever the Bluetooth signal strength it have, from that Bluetooth signal strength, it will identify that whatever the connection previously I have established, that particular phone is just coming near to me, and after some particular threshold, some particular range, or from some particular voltage value that I'm receiving from that nearby device, from that it will take a decision, and that phone, that lock is automatically going to be open. So this is a stuff we have, like such type of the stuff we have still not available commercially in any Indian market. Okay, it's not available right now. Such type of the door is that hardly you can see at any place in India right nowadays. So there is a bigger market is there, as well as this technology going to be very much. It's going to be possible to grow in a car lock system. Like you if you have the phone that you are carrying, just to go to near to your car and lock is going to be open. Such type of the stuff also people can develop, and that is going to be might be possible whenever it's going to be there. For the car, it's never going to be any kind of the issue related to the batteries, because it's already connected with the very high value of the batteries, so that battery damage and all type of the stuff, power not received, and such type of the stuff never going to be possible. So these are the some of the potential applications we have, and people are working on this one. And I have started working. I have just working on the little bit of this particular code before 3 to 4 years. I don't know that nowadays it's going to be coming or not, but this is going to be possible. So how you can use, by you can use the AT command. There is a specific command is there by using you can control that transmission, reception, that protocol, and all type of this stuff. So yes, what are the connection is there? So there is a simpler connection we have. So in simpler connection, there are a key which is normally connected with that one particular switch with the ground. Like whether you want to communicate in terms of data mode or transmission mode, you can change this key with respect to ground or non-ground. The VCC connected with the 5 volt. One pin is ground is also connected with the ground, and rest of the pin is connected with the RX and TX. So if we can go with the Arduino, everybody know the Arduino now. So you can see that 0 is connected, RX is connected with the TX over here, and TX is connected with the RX. Why? Because one is transmitter, Arduino is transmitter, so Bluetooth is a receiver. And if Bluetooth is transmitter, so Arduino is receiver. So that reverse connection you need to do. Rest of the condition is very simply ground and VCC. You need to connect with the ground and VCC pin. And by having this particular stuff, you can communicate with the, or you can just power up your entire structure by applying with the laptop or by applying any 5-volt battery, and then that entire stuff you can control with the any Android device. So this is going to be happen like Bluetooth stick is going to be received character, and it passes to go to the Arduino, and then programming or that process program is running on the computer, detects the character across the serial port and controls the mouse and such type. So there is a mouse control type of the application is there that you can do it easily by using a Bluetooth. These are the little bit simple code is going to be there. Initial in this setup, if serial is going to be available greater than 0, and if serial is going to become as a equal to going to be 1, then we can say that digital write high LED is going to be on. So we can say this is a program like, if from the Bluetooth device, if it is going to be run as a 1, if it is coming as a 1, then we can say if it is going to become as a 1, then definitely you can turn on the light, and if it's going to be 0, then let's turn off the light. So what we can do, let me go with this particular stuff. Let me copy this one, and let me go to that particular software that we have seen in last lecture, that software which is related to the Arduino Uno sim. So let me run this particular code over there, and let's see if it is going to be work over here or not. So let me just maximize this device. Just a second, guys, give me a second. Yeah, so let's see that what is going to be happen over here. Control A, I will put a Control V. Oh, there are some of this stuff is going to be there. There are some is going to be there. Let me just remove this all stuff. Is that visible to everyone or not? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So
Yes, sir.
this is just a try that if it is working over there or not. So due to that space and all stuff, it's might be going to be created. So please see if error is going to be there. Void setup. Let me put it on Control Z. Let me put it on picture programming manner. It's a pin mode. So there is a setup mode is done. Then loop mode. It is going to be work over here. If serial is going to be there, so it's an integer serial read, and if integer read, if it's going to be 1, then it's going to be digital read, serial read will be shown. So this is the first code. Else if it to be 0, then LED low. That's it. So this is the first. If else column is done, void is going to be done. Okay, if serial is available, let's see what are the issues going to be there. Okay, or might be there are a stuff which is related to. Okay, so now let's go to the serial. Now if serial going to be, first let me execute this one. So let why it is not run. I think these are some errors there, like press LED. Okay, 13 going to be high, 13 going to be high. Very type of serial again. It might be not going to be work because there are some setup phases there. Let me do with this particular stuff. Let me find out in a little bit in manner. So just give me a 5 minute. Let me check it from the internet that Bluetooth connectivity LED program. So how to control LED using a smartphone? Let's get some of the code from this one. Site. Okay. So let me will try this code if it is going to work or not. Control A, Control V. Okay, compile successfully. Accept. Very good. Let's start with one. If data is going to be transmitted. Already in a middle character of transmission. Okay, I need to first execute this one. Okay, so it's directly not going to be work over here, but what we can do, that push button piezo 7 segment jump, it's not going to be okay. So forgot over here that 1 and 0 both going to be pin number 13, which is a pin number 13, and it's set it as a 0 right now, which has output. And if data like digital write or digital read, so right now there is an input, there is a no digital write and read is going to be available now. So that's why might be it's not going to be work. So serial device already in the middle of the character transmission, so we cannot see directly stuff over here. So might be it's not going to be work over there, but let me see that whether in some of the video which is just showing over here they are working perfectly. Like in a simulator, it's not working right now. Might be due to the actual hardware that is required. This is just for a try over here that whether it is working or not. Yeah. So is it audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's just a 2 minute video we have. Can you see this? The blinking is going to be there. Matlab ke this is in a connecting mode. Okay. Unless this person will do something over here. Now it's blinking. Okay, little bit blinking. It means it's connected. So you see this LED on, LED off, LED on, LED off. This is the simple program. You can do that. Yeah, so likewise in a simple manner it's going to be work. Okay, it's not required that much of the big code. It's required that much of the code that we have written over here. So you can go to that website also, this basic website, and you can install your Arduino, and it required 2 to 3 components, just LED, Arduino, and little bit of resistor. Okay, and entire stuff is going to work perfectly. So if you want to get this tutorial, there is a link is going to be there. So that from that link also you can go to that video, entire blog, and you can identify that how that Bluetooth is going to be connected and what are the code is going to be there, which is already given. You just need to load the code and entire stuff is going to be work perfectly. Okay, lots of other codes are also there in how to make Atronics website. We'll go a little bit. There is a 2 slide is going to be there right now. One is for thank you, and now what is the exercise? Like instead of 0, if 1 is received, then LED should be off, and if 0 is received, then LED should be on. Okay, so there is exercise. If you want to do that in your kind of the code or not, you can just simply go to that link. Let me just give you the link over here for you. So in that link, already that code is available. Okay, you need to just give the answer that if you want to reverse it, like at the 0, LED going to be on, and at the 1, LED going to be off. Now, if you want to do the small changes in that one, so what this particular stuff will lead to you in terms of programming. आपको programming में क्या change करना पड़ेगा? That's you need to identify from that one. Okay, not that much of the big deal. So now there is a 50-minute available. In a 50-minute, what everybody will do that they need to write down about the following question. Okay, so I'm just writing this question. What is Bluetooth? Just a second. Sorry. What is a Bluetooth technology and how it works? Okay. Let me take it higher. This is the first question. Second question is there. What are the different generations of Bluetooth? What are the different generation of the Bluetooth? Okay, you need to write it down the current generation, or we can say second question. What are the? You can find out this particular question from the any web, and there is a comparative analysis there. What are the comparative? What are the advancement in all the generation with compare to previous generations? You can put a comparative table here. Okay, the comparative table of all the generations. What are the future generation of Bluetooth that will come in market in future, and what is its specification? Okay, then can write what are the different hardware away market for creating Bluetooth based project. Like what I expect from the this particular last question, that what are the different hardware? Like I have explained you regarding a HC05. Okay, so this is related to HC05. So similar type of the HC05, what are the other chips or devices are available, okay, for the Arduino to connect with kind of the standalone device, that you need to list out and that you need to explain over there. So what are, how many questions are there? 1 2 3 4 5 questions are there for the next 45 minutes. What is a Bluetooth technology and how it is going to be work? What are the different generation of the Bluetooth? What are the advancement in all the generation with compared to the previous generation? You can put the comparative table here also. What is the future generation of the Bluetooth that will come in the market in future? Or that's question, future is come as a 2 times, so just avoid this one. Like what are the future generation of the Bluetooth which is going to be coming in the upcoming market, and what is its specification, and what are the different hardware available in market to creating a Bluetooth based project. So you have 45 minutes to write down this 5 question. You need to write down this all question in a pen and paper. You need to take a pen and paper and you need to write down the answer of all of them. And as per the regular exercise, I'm going to check kind of the each and every one students that what you are writing and what is your status. Is it okay with everyone? Just give me a confirmation. Anurag, Harsh Modha, Kunal, Mukund,
Yes,
Sanskar,
sir.
Santosh, Srutiben.
Done, sir.
Is it okay?
सर मतलब इसमें चैट बॉक्स
नहीं
में
नहीं,
नहीं
चैट
लिखना है?
बॉक्स में नहीं, पेन और पेपर लीजिए, अपना एनरोलमेंट नंबर लिखिए, नाम में लिखिए और इसका डिटेल आंसर लिखिए. It's a 5 question are there. I expect 5 pages from your side regarding this question and answer. So आपको पेन और पेपर लेके लिखने हैं और बाद में कैनवास में अपलोड भी करने होंगे, ठीक है? So write it on your own. इंटरनेट आप यूज करो, उसमें से फाइंड आउट करो क्या ये जनरेशन है, स्टार्टिंग कहाँ से हुआ एंड ऑल स्टफ. ठीक है मुकुंद? हेलो?
सर मतलब अभी फोन में लिखेंगे तो चलेगा
नहीं,
सर, फिर अपलोड करने के बाद वो लिख
अभी
दिया जाएगा?
फोन में से सर्च करके आप करो ना, पेन और पेपर लेके लिखते जाओ. फोन में से इंटरनेट में से एक क्वेश्चन सर्च करो और पेन और पेपर लेके लिखते जाओ, और क्या. ठीक है? हेलो, इज इट ओके? हर्ष मोडार,
यस सर.
संतोष, हर्ष महेश्वरी, कृणाल, संस्कार मारू, अनुराग, yes. Is it okay? So
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
start writing, and I will ask after 15 minutes that how much you have written. So take a pen and paper and start writing the answer of this question quickly. Okay, done. Yes, what is the progress? 30 minutes remaining. How much task you have completed? Everybody, write down in the chat box quickly. Chalo. How much you have completed? Just write it in the chat box so I can get the idea that how much stuff. It's two questions. Mukund has completed two questions. Sanskar has completed two questions. Okay. Quickly, everybody write. Yeah, so it's a 15-minute remaining. What about the status? Let me ask to one particular student. Nasib Patel, can you share your screen and show me that how much you have written?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nasib. And Hers Maheshwari, you start share your screen and show me how much you have written. We have 9 students right now. Only we have a 6. Other student has left. Okay, Nasib, we can see your face, but you can rotate your camera. Okay, so okay, so there is regarding a first question. Okay, how much you have completed, Nasib?
Third. Third one doing.
Third you are doing.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. So it's going to be finished. Don't worry about that. It's having a 1 week of deadline. We still having a 10 minute to do that. Yes. Okay, Nasib, you can off your camera. Hers Maheshwari, is your camera started? Hers. Kunal Bhimani. Everybody, only 6 students we have. Everybody open their camera and show me that what you have done quickly. Everybody start their camera and show me, or you can WhatsApp me right now. It's also okay. Okay, Krunal, I can see your camera. Okay, Krunal. So how much you have completed, Krunal? Up to question 3?
Three completed second half.
Okay, done. चलो ठीक है. What about the other students? Mukund, Sanskar Maru, Srutiben. Okay, he's on. Okay, so we have a 10 minute left. So what you can do that just write your enrollment number, 6 students. Okay, so just write your enrollment number and then after you can leave. And please complete this one as the deadline going to be arrived. Then you need to upload in the canvas. Okay. So quickly, Sanskar, your 9Q. Sanskar 91 might be. Sanskar having a 91. Okay. So after writing your enrollment number, you can leave. Okay. No issue.